I think like I can speak on behalf of the rest of the cast that like we got to be in a film with Denzel Washington. Like he never required any adoration or kind of for to be perceived like an idol, even though he is fundamentally that and will forever remain that for me.
Ridley purposefully chooses stage actors, theater actors, so we all have that in common. And we're right from the ensemble school. There's no leading man, and yeah, I may be who people think I am, but I'm an actor who wants to do a good job like everybody else.
I will say having a monkey on your shoulder helps. Yeah, definitely. Every time you just crane your neck and you're looking at animalistic freedom right there.
I don't think I can adequately describe like moving 25 years back in time, and yet, of course, being 25 years older. It was really, really strange.
Virgin Radio.
So Tilly and Felix interviewed Denzel Washington yesterday. We just played out the interview now. And Denzel says one of the greatest things for him was working with the younger ensemble of actors, led by yourself, because they were feeding him the youth, the vibrancy and the courageousness, and not the bravery but the fearlessness of what it might have been like, simply because of who you are as people, as actors in real life, and who Denzel is as a man of 60 or however old he is.
So your character has clearly got a knack for spotting talent in the young gladiators, and there's so much amazing young talent in this film with Paul, Joseph, Fred. What was it like working with them?
Made it easy, because it was like they are to this character, they are the young talented people. A couple of emperors that are crazy, this kid that can fight. I see myself in him. Ridley purposefully chooses stage actors, theater actors, so we all have that in common. And we're right from the ensemble school. There's no leading man, and yeah, I may be who people think I am, but I'm an actor who wants to do a good job like everybody else. And your reputation doesn't help your performance. So they were feeding me, I was feeding them, and making a movie.
Yeah. You all got the fact that you were there for each other, and he said it was one of those jobs where it's what can I give him, what can he give me, what can we give her, and you were feeding each other. You were taking from each other, but as you took one sort of potato, you were giving back a field. Say that all comes across, because the scenes they build and build and build, and they start to disappear into the sky. You think this is just great.
Yeah.
Nobody's hogging anything.
No, and everybody's looking after. Like, the thing is, the thing that I find so remarkable at Denzel, and actually the rest of the cast, is everybody knew, because the film to me is full of archetypes. It's full of, there's the archetypal hero, there's two archetypal villains, there's the archetypal mother, then there's this Machiavellian Shakespearean manipulator. And you have to commit to that entirely and not be jealous of any other person's lane. And I think that requires a confidence from an acting ensemble that, like, now a group of friends that I'm like, that requires real discipline, because you can see people having, like, I often feel like when you're a cast of actors, sometimes you get that thing of like the grass looks greener over there because they're having fun in their togas and running around and getting to play drunk. I'm running around in the sand. But there was never any like latent competition. It's just, you get in, and as Denzel said, you get into the scenes with each other and you're like, what is the other person giving me? And I think like I can speak on behalf of the rest of the cast that like we got to be in a film with Denzel Washington. I got to like sit probably closer than I am to you and see how he does it. But it never felt like he never required any adoration or kind of to be perceived like an idol, even though he is fundamentally that and will forever remain that for me. We acknowledge the fact kind of wordlessly that from day one we can do all of that after, but we gotta go to work now.
Well, he said exactly the same thing with Tilly and Felix. He said, your reputation can't do the acting for you.
That's amazing,
which is a beautiful way of putting it, wasn't it? He said, I know who I am, and I am Denzel Washington. However, I've still got to turn up and I've still got to be any good.
And that he is. Yeah.
Well, you listen.
So we're Tilly and Felix. We're from the Chris Evans Breakfast Show on Virgin Radio, and it's so nice to meet you. I mean, the film, we were just blown away. It's so amazing.
Yeah, it's incredible. We were trying to work this out yesterday. When the first film came out, if our calculations are correct, we were
under one until he wasn't born.
I wasn't born.
We watched an interview with Paul, who said that he spoke about playing Gaelic football to kind of find his rage for his character. How did you find your sense of madness? Was there anything that you did in particular?
I will say having a monkey on your shoulder helps. Yeah,
definitely.
Every time you just crane your neck and you're looking at animalistic freedom right there. Just a series of. I don't know. I truly find the preparation period to always be a bit mysterious. Yeah. What's so exciting is it's different every time, but you're sort of chasing some way to prepare, some way to really find out who this person is, and in my experience, everything that I worked the last time doesn't work anymore. Yeah. So you always have to find some new way, and it's a little mysterious what that new way ends up being.
Yeah. I love that. And what was it like the first day you stepped back into the world of Gladiator? Was it like nothing had changed, or did it feel completely different? What was it like?
It was just really surreal. It was really surreal. I don't think I can adequately describe, like, moving 25 years back in time, and yet, of course, being 25 years older. Yeah. It was really, really strange. And also a little magic, to be honest, like kind of magic. I don't like to overstate these things, but they actually really was. And I was trying to be cool. But then I walked into the arena and was like, wow, yeah.
And I think that scale really comes across in the movie. It's only something that you can do when you actually build something like that.
Yeah.
We wondered how much, in the time since the original, how much technology has changed and how that helped with filming.
That's such a great question, because really, like, on Gladiator I, it was very clear to everyone, I think, that Ridley took like the highest levels, like the latest innovations, and used them to their absolutely, stretched it to their absolute maximum capacity, because he was not just trying to create, obviously, these amazing, sequences of fight sequences and spectacle and so on, but he was also trying to remake basically the missing scenes of Oliver Reed, because we lost him in the middle of shooting.
Yeah.
And so he really used technology there. When I met Ridley again 25 years later, he was like a man who was having a blast. Like, literally, like, now they've given him all the technology he could possibly wish for. Yeah. And at the same time, he knows that he has to really build really real things to kind of create like a gravity and experience and texture inside of whatever he uses with CDG. You really see that it's still grounded in a reality, and that's why it's so potent. He has a lot of imagination, this man. And now they basically have just given him full reign, really.
Yeah. It's like the technology caught up with his mind.
Absolutely. No, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
And now he's moving so fast because of it. Like, he's basically, he shot this whole film in 52 days, which I think must be like half. I don't really know the exact number we did on the last one, but I think it's much less. Yeah. Yes.
And when you stepped into, the Rome for the first time, what was that feeling like? What was the initial reaction?
It was actually, the backside of it was like wood. Right. So, but to get to our seats up in the arena, we went up the wooden stairs, and then just like, whoa. It's like, whoa. Yeah. Built Coliseum. I don't know, has anyone told you what scale of it is of the original? Is like 1/10, one? I don't know. I don't know what
we haven't heard the exact scale.
I'm not sure either, but it looked big.
I'd love to know.
I don't know either.
And it's amazing that you even sat up in the seats. Perspective-wise, it's so interesting to hear after watching the film. Right. It's awesome. And as we said earlier, it's such a long-awaited sequel. Is there one of your own characters you can think back that hasn't had a chance of a sequel that you'd love to bring back for another go, or do you tend to just leave it in the past? What will be, will be.
Been there, done that. The fun is in the finding out.
Yeah.
Now it's done. That one sits up. It's gone. It's whatever people think it is now. It doesn't belong to us. It belongs to the people now. So, for me, it's what's over the hill. Yeah. What's over the horizon.
Virgin